It was the night of the Passover. Jesus sat at the table with his 12 disciples, sharing a final meal. Jesus said, "This bread is my body, broken for you, and this cup is my blood, poured out for the forgiveness of sins. Do this in remembrance of me." Then Jesus looked around the table, his eyes heavy with sorrow. "One of you will betray me," he said. The disciples answered, "Is it I, Lord?" But Judas Iscariot had already made plans. Quietly, he slipped away into the night, the Garden of Gethsemane. Later that night, Jesus went to a garden called Gethsemane. He prayed. Overwhelmed with grief, Jesus, softly, in anguish, "Father, if it is possible, take this cup from me, yet not my will, but yours be done." While he prayed, his friends fell asleep. The betrayal. Judas arrived with soldiers and temple guards. He walked up to Jesus and gave him a kiss. "Jesus, Judas, do you betray the Son of Man with a kiss?" The soldiers seized Jesus. Peter tried to protect him, swinging his sword. "Put away your sword!" Jesus said firmly, "Shall I not drink the cup the Father has given me?" Inside the high priest's house, then Pilate's palace, Jesus was taken to the high priest, where he was accused by false witnesses. Meanwhile, Peter followed at a distance. A servant girl saw Peter and said, "You were with Jesus, weren't you?" Peter responded nervously, "No, I don't know him." 3 times Peter denied knowing Jesus. And then the rooster crowed. Peter, weeping, said, "What have I done?" Outside Pilate's palace, Jesus stood before Pontius Pilate. Though innocent, the crowd shouted angrily, "Crucify him!" But Pilate said, "I find no fault in him. I wash my hands of this man's blood." Jesus was beaten and crowned with thorns. He carried his cross through the streets of Jerusalem. Jesus said to the mourning women, "Do not weep for me, but for yourselves and your children." They crucified him between 2 criminals. Criminal 1 said, "If you are the Christ, save yourself and us." While the other criminal said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." Jesus replied, "Today, you will be with me in paradise." Even as he hung on the cross, Jesus prayed, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." He looked at his mother and John, the disciple he loved, and said to his mother, "Woman, behold your son," and to John, "Behold your mother." At last, Jesus cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" And then he said, "It is finished. Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." He breathed his last. The sky grew dark, the earth shook, and the curtain in the temple tore from top to bottom. Roman centurion said, "Truly, this was the Son of God." A man named Joseph of Arimathea took Jesus' body and wrapped it in linen. He placed him in a tomb cut from rock. The Roman guards sealed the entrance. On the 3rd day, before the sun rose, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb, but the stone was rolled away. An angel appeared and said, "Do not be afraid. He is not here. He is risen." Mary stood weeping until she heard a familiar voice. "Mary, Mary, Rabboni, teacher." Mary joyfully grasped. Jesus had risen from the dead. He appeared to his disciples, saying, "Jesus, peace be with you." But one disciple, Thomas, was not there. "I won't believe until I see his hands and touch his side." Jesus told them, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go and make disciples of all nations. And remember, I am with you always, to the end of the age." Jesus suffered. He died. But on the 3rd day, he rose again. He is alive.